far down to paradise. The beast is not born. If the wind is right, you can sail away and find tranquility.
This is the first day of the infamous cruise to Hawaii. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and the crew is awake, as you can see by John's very alert posture over there. Very relaxed. You can see the captain's behind. He's not very relaxed. He's been pacing back and forth. He hasn't slept.
Shit on it. This is a good book. This will tell me where we are.
Where are you going, Cap?
Parties. Going to a reading room.
I think it's important that you relieve yourself this morning. There's the first mate. She's just come into the room.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh. Come on, Mom. Where are we going, guys?
To Hawaii.
That's it.
And then Air Cal.
Hawaii.
Hawaii. Wiki.
Mm-hmm. Anything but here. So it's 7 o'clock, and we should be shoving off about 11.
By 12, 9.
And I would imagine all the fun seekers are going to be here about
9:30.
8:30 or 9 o'clock. Then we're going to have to entertain them and look like we know what we're doing.
True.
They're going to be standing around saying, "You're going to Hawaii. Who's going to show you the way?" And then will be history.
And roll them.
Oh, you got to start with the questions, John.
I'm not starting. Eddie is here talking to the skipper of the boat.
I'll take care of it.
Okay, thank you.
What I want to know is, what are you doing?
That's what everyone's been asking me for 10 years. Whatever we're doing it together. But...
Okay, so this is the culmination of about 8 or 9 years?
10.
10 years. And this is what he built this boat for.
That was the original plan.
Tell me a little bit about the boat.
Well, it's designed by Bruce Roberts, and it was built by me and Linda and you and a bunch of other people that helped over a 7-year period to get it completed. And it's been in the water for 2 years now, 3 years now.
And you've been living on it?
For the past 2. And the first year it was in the water, we commuted back and forth. We still had the house. We've done a lot of sailing on it. Been out in a couple of rough days. Been in Catalina lots of times, but never anything that approaches this.
Yeah, there were a couple of rough days.
Morning. Thanks, I'll eat it.
Now is this married?
No, I'll be fine.
Yeah.
So it's about 56 feet long, right?
Yeah, it's 55. It's catch rigged. All the sails furl. It's fiberglass balsa core construction. Weighs, with everything on it now, probably about 70,000 pounds. It's deep keeled. There are about 7.5 feet of water. And it's a fast boat. 8 knots is easy. We've gotten 12.5 out of it once. But that's a little scary to go that fast. It's just too much boat to stop.
Well, you chose this particular design because it is seaworthy, right? It was a good cruise.
It was the biggest boat that we could single hand. I wanted to have something that was comfortable, big enough where I didn't feel closed in down below, and a safe boat. I can't see 25 and 30 foot boats making this trip. People do it all the time, but I think it's insane. Here's Mike.
You're here. We're doing an interview, God damn it!
Get out of my interview. I'll have to get the dock man. Let me go and find out. Maybe we can get the committees around. How you doing?
Well, this will give us a break from our interview, and we will proceed later.
Bye, safe trip.
Linda Marie is getting ready to take off here in about 10 minutes. There's Grandpa. All right, we're gonna take him. Bon voyage. Hasta luego. Aloha. Hawaii. It's great. Linda Marie going out, bridge in the background. What do you call it out here? Beautiful sight out here. It's incredible. The ladies are getting thrown in the water. People are silly. They're honking horns. There's the bottle. Ed's getting ready to squeeze the bottle. One big happy celebration here. This is L.A. Terry.
The family that did it and made it.
All right.
How's that shot, huh, buddy?
Good.
Together, boys.
Linda Marie, can we switch to channel 6, over?
I don't know who that is. Who is that?
I don't know. It doesn't sound very familiar.
Who is that?
I think it's Walter Cronkite.
Walter Cronkite, that's me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Walter Cronkite is nice.
Here's
Love to
Scale
say.
Force.
He's nice.
Gal Force. Oh. Alan.
Is this Steve, over?
Who is it?
Alan.
This is Alan, my son. Over.
Hi, Dad, over.
Your mother is here crying her heart out because we had to say goodbye to all these wonderful people. We just cleared the breakwater a couple of minutes ago. If we can all stop and get the lumps out of our throat, we can profit it. Where are you at now?
I'm at 4th of July Cove at the Isthmus, over.
Okay, like I said, we just cleared the breakwater, so there's absolutely zero wind where we are, so we're putting along in about 7 or 8 knots. So we'll be somewhere heading for the west end now, if that's where you want to go, or if you want, we can head toward the isthmus and meet you there.
Rather than divert you, what I think we'll do is if you'll keep your course to the west end, we'll intercept you if we pull out of here in another hour or two, over.
Okay, that sounds good to me. We're heading for the west end right now, so it'll, it's going to take us a good 3 hours or so to get over there.
Okay, we'll head on out. I'll get on the radio at 1400 hours and give you another call, and we'll see where we're at, over.
Okay, Alan, that sounds good.
Terrific. This is Gale Force with your 3 Tango 2114.
Linda Marie, Whiskey Romeo, Golf 6605. if this comes out in the cabin. What started out to be a neat and orderly boat looks like somebody went through it with a mix master.
We're not eating enough.
We got enough crap, even though as well stowed as we were, and we were pretty well stowed. You just can't keep everything in place when it gets this rough. If I were to hold a camera the actual way it's straight in this boat right now, that's the way you look at things. So if you can figure living like this for 2 weeks, you got a rough idea of what it's like. Okay, we lost Eddie again. You can see why the swing in here, what the motion is like. That's the girls' lovely room, always neat and orderly. Wake up, Joan. She hates it. It takes 4 hours for her to put one eye makeup on. Come on, Joan, smile.
Smiling.
And up in the top bunk is Lady Godiva herself. Oh boy, we just got a big one there. What?
What's happening outside?
What do you mean what's happening? It's blowing a little bit. No, it's not rough. Did we hit what? Oh no. I don't even know where it is anymore. I'm going to have to go and look for it. I instill confidence in everyone. I'm the captain. I can do it. Yeah, this is a shot from the cockpit, just looking off the bow. We're flying 130% Genoa out there, and a Maine, which is above my head. You can't see from this position in the cockpit. And it gives you a rough idea of the angle of heel, which was much worse than this a couple hours ago. We backed off and got off the wind a little bit. But give you some idea of the motion and the water that we're taking on board. Everything has been real secure though so far, but we still have an awful long way to go. Again, there's the autopilot slaving away, never complains, and I don't have to feed it. And my crew. And that's what we're leaving in back of us. It probably doesn't look as impressive through here as it really is. I mean, it's such a vast ocean that we're in. And we're only a day and a half out. And on the chart, it represents about 1/20th of the distance of the line we drew from California to Maui. We have a lot of days left to get used to this. This is how we cook. If you think you're sick up there looking at a horizon, you get down here and watch this stove and the soup. It's guaranteed to make you not eat anything. But as you can notice, it stays pretty level. And it does the job. What you'd like to do is gimbal the entire inside of the boat. Wouldn't you, honey? So that your feet and everything went exactly the way that is. But this gigantic meal we're making is for Ed. He can only handle clear chicken broth at the moment, so we have enough food here to feed an army.
Today is the 30th. That makes it Monday evening. 7 o'clock, we're getting ready to do a sail change. Getting rid of the Genoa, that big one over there. See, they're furling it in now. What we're doing is we're getting rid of that big one for the night sail. See it furling. We can't go to bed with that big Genoa out there. I fear the wind will come up 30, 40 knots in the middle of the night. We'll never get it furled. Right now we're only blowing about 18 to 20 knots of wind. So before we lose the sun, we want to get rid of that big Genoa.
Okay, hold it a second. I'll get the flat out here. I wrapped around a car outside here.
And in its place, we're going to put out a staysail. which is a much smaller sail, and it's a lot easier to control, a lot easier to furl in high wind.
Water. Huh? The water, good. I know.
You'll notice everybody's got their harnesses on and their life jackets. Okay, now we're gonna haul out.
Just feed that in.
We're gonna haul out this. It's already out. Doesn't take much to take that one out. Flapping in the wind. We're gonna wrap the sheet around the winch, crank it in, and that'll trim the sails and stop it from flapping.
That may look like a lot of work, but it's a whole bunch less than having to go up there and do that. Nobody has to leave the cockpit.
Now hold everything.
That was set for the
I
next.
fade. Okay, we'll return later. Okay, this is the first calamity so far to an otherwise uneventful cruise. Let's see if I can get a better picture of it. That drum right there snapped. There's a pin hanging there from that clevis, you can see. It snapped off. Now that drum runs up a piece of extruded aluminum which holds the whole mainsail. Now the situation is, we can probably leave it like that, but the whole stress of the sail is on that furling drum right there where Steve's hand is. We're about 500 miles out now. This is not really a good time for this to happen. You can see that pin right there. It goes through that big bracket right there. You see the bolts at the bottom. Just sheared it right off. Second, Mike.
Okay, now.
Okay, all sails are down. The Genoa is furled and the main is dropped.
Keep the wind right at your back.
Now what he's doing, there's a piece of hardware in there.
Which I should have taken off before I took the sail down.
That piece of hardware we could use for that broken bolt, if you can get it out.
Just pop down, didn't it? No, it's not threaded in. The goddamn thing is frozen in there.
about 20 knots of wind here.
What I need is the Teflon spray or something to get in here. Where is it? Where is it?
Oh, what?
Kid, you'll never find it.
A Teflon spray?
You had it yesterday. Yeah, but I put it away and you don't know where it is. Tell me where it is, I'll find it. I'll go get it.
It's coming. That piece is long enough, huh?
Yeah.
Is that the exact same pin?
Yeah.
You can see now that pin right there that goes from the bottom of the drum right through that big bracket is what sheared off. And he borrowed one from a shroud that we don't need it. July 4th, 10:35. This morning we had a lot of fun trying to get that pole right there. Yeah.
Explain how we conquered the pole so we don't look like fools from yesterday.
Okay, we conquered the pole.
Steve yelled at us and scared us to death.
Yeah, Steve yelled at us. He turned into Captain Bligh, the son of a bitch.
And that's how it got up.
We all been standing our watches.
Haven't seen one boat.
Haven't seen one boat. I mean, it's just incredible. There's just nothing out there. I mean, if you had to be rescued by chance, you can forget it.
Should be able to pull away from you. And just keep the tip up.
I'm gonna give it a try.
Tighten the drag just a little bit then.
Not fighting you, just
Really?
hanging on.
This is Friday afternoon,
Wait till you get him in a little bit and he wants to go the other way.
4th of July. He's not fighting you, huh?
No, you're just hanging back there. There you go.
Now that's what the other guy would do too. He'd start fighting.
How far out?
Between those two swells, right there.
Oh, now I see him, yeah.
There he goes. There he goes.
You get away?
Nope. Gotta pull it though.
Oh, I see him. What are we going to get him in here with? Get something to club him over the head with.
Well, no, you'll have to knock him off the hook.
We got to get him by the tail, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, to get him out of the water. You know, he's liable to be exhausted. If we can get him back here, I think we can get him on deck.
Okay.
Without a gap.
He's strangling me. Where's my...
I'm going way too fast for him.
Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, you're up here. Okay. You lose him?
No, he's fighting like hell. Where are you at? I am. Looks like a foggy mine. Oh, look at my phone.
Whoa, look at that. How big.
The Dorado, God, is he beautiful, huh? Look at that.
Woo!
All right. Oh, he's so pretty.
Look at the stick.
Oh,
Let me
he's
get
so
it.
pretty. Look at him.
Go ahead, I can.
Beautiful.
God, is he a beautiful fish or what?
Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Show that, Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
What did he do? He blew some in your mouth, John? Huh? You brute, you murderer, you son of a bitch. I saw you do it. I got it on film.
This thing tonight.
I think we'll put away the stuff.
Look at that comb.
Yeah.
We'll have
Let's see this guy.
Look at that comb on his back. See that, honey?
Yeah.
I was afraid Steve would yell at me if I didn't bring that son of a bitch in. Here we go.
You're one hell of a guy, John, I'll just tell you. One hell of a guy. This is July 5th. About 4:30 in the afternoon, I suppose. We've gone close to 1,100 miles now. We're just at the halfway point, or very close to it. This afternoon, well, actually part of this morning, we had a motor. It was 2 knots of wind, and we were just flopping around out here. So we motored for about 2.5 or 3 hours. And then we got into this nice breeze now. It's nice straight wind, warm wind. It's a downwind run. So we got the general cold out to Fort. And we got the main out all the way and then prevented with that bang over there, holding it from any accidental jiving. We're cooking along probably now about 7 to 8 knots, trying to make up at least some of it. So far it's been really enjoyable. I wish every one of you people that are watching this could come with us. It was a real thrill. We haven't had any major problems, you know, since the few we had the first couple of days out.
Look at this sky, will you? This is the completion. This is the 8th day at sea. Finally we got a beautiful day with no rain, no cloud cover. Every other day up until now, except the day we left, has been predominantly inclement weather. You know, a lot of clouds, kind of cold. But we definitely must be in the trades now because the wind is real constant and the weather is about 80 degrees. What's the weather? What's the temperature, John? It's 80 degrees. Lady Madonna.
World famous fisherman Ed Mohr lost the fish. In fact, I think he's crying right now. Hold on a second. Let's go over and see what he's doing. Look at Ed crank that fish in. Effortless.
Get him on board. We caught a worm.
Well, Ed, what kind of fish do you think that was, Ed?
I think it was a 250-pound tuna.
Is that right?
Felt like a 250-pound tuna.
Hey, well, you should not have caught it. You should have got to the bow of the boat and let him drag us down to Maui.
That's I never thought of that. Could have employed him.
Ed, as you know, is one of the most famous fishermen. World-renowned fisherman. It's in his second series of books on how to catch.
You just got lucky
What's that?
when you caught yours.
Hey.
Because you got a Maui.
Yeah, that's it. Don't worry, there's plenty of fish out there, Ed.
No, I'm worried about the lures.
I think the next time we catch anything, you better go downstairs and get that 44 mag. So when it jumps, we'll blast them.
When we run out of lures, we're going to use your pantyhose. The red one?
Come on, Ed.
We'll use your big hook.
Well, we'll sign off now. And there's Ed, reading the book. In fact, Ed stopped talking to me 2 days ago. He really likes this boat, I'll tell you.
I'm ready to get off.
This is one of the most pleasing experiences of his life, and
I can't sleep, I can't go to the bathroom. Can't eat. Can't find any food. Hitting the wet.
there's a happy guy. Remember that happy, smiling face the day we left port? It hasn't changed much at all.
We got to contend with Captain Fly.
In fact, Ed has lifted my spirits tremendously in this stay here on the boat. I mean, I was really contemplating on getting off the boat, and Ed convinced me to stay.
I think you should have got off at the halfway mark.
But all in all, we're in real good spirits, and see that motion going up and down? I mean, look at the horizon behind Ed.
Oh, yeah.
We've been living with this for the last 3 days. And I tell you, there he goes. See, look at that. I'd like to be doing this all day, up and down. You guys ever had a teeter-totter?
We have 6 more days of this.
Yeah, isn't it great? We're loving it here.
Part of my life.
Whoa! We're fading away, Ed. Ed bringing in his fish finally. All right, hey! Let's take a look at that fish. Wow! Look at that!
Look what's left of his mouth.
Uh-oh.
We need the deck wash. It's still on?
No, I'll just get it off.
Well, Ed, how do you feel about this particular catch today?
We're gonna go commercial now?
I don't know what was the sale for him before he cut his head off.
Yeah?
You know, now that you caught him, you have to clean him?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Tuesday the 9th. And the skipper wants to go up the pole and take pictures of the boat under sail.
I gotta check it out.
Gotta check it out. He says you have to do this anyway. It's under storm conditions, so we might as well get it over with. See, he's got his harness on and he's got the halyard. He's tying one of those fancy knots.
We're having a bit of a problem here.
We figured we'd give you a little insight into how we navigated over there. This is the chart table where Steve spends, most of the time when he's doing any navigating. And we just go over some of the instruments he has in here to help negotiate your way across the ocean. Let's see if I can get in here. From this angle I can get a better look at the satellite navigation and a little better look at what Steve sees when he's sitting here. That's the chart. And see if we can, it's about as best I can do on this because we're kind of close. Okay, Skipper, you want to tell us a little bit about the satellite navigation that we've been using all the way across?
basically that's the primary navigation system that we use. As long as it works, you really don't need anything else to navigate. It does everything except put the boat into the slip. The fixes are obtained every time a satellite goes by. Occasionally the satellite will be at the wrong elevation, it'll reject one. But generally you'll get a fix every hour to 2 hours. In between that, it dead reckons by the boat speed and the compass heading in between the fixes, and it usually has you within 2 or 3 tenths of a mile. When the fix comes up, it corrects the dead reckoning course. It's a simple machine to use. It does so many things. To begin with, this what we're on right now is a status display. It tells us this is the Greenwich Mean Time. DRT is the dead reckoning time from the last fix is 3 hours and 25 minutes. The reason for that is this N1 here, it rejected the last fix.
I see.
So if you want to know what happened, you go to fix. This will bring up the last fix. If you push this on the menu, it'll tell you the time that we got that fix. Greenwich Mean Time. The elevation of the satellite is 89 degrees. That's too high. It won't take anything above 70. The satellite number was 300, and the REJ means that it rejected that fix. So now, if you want to know any more about that last fix, you just continue on with the menu. This will give you the latitude and longitude if it had accepted the fix, but it didn't. So this is the latitude and longitude of the previous fix.
I see.
And this tells you the quality of the last satellite. The direction was 5 degrees. That's the bearing it was from the boat, 5 degrees. The distance that we were on our dead reckoning course from New York was 1.6 miles. CT is the Doppler counts. There's 32. Anything over 20 it doesn't like. I is the number of iterations that it gets. 3 it likes anything under 10. And the R1 is a code for why it rejected it. Now, if you look that up in the book, you'll find out that R1 means that the satellite was too high. So what we do is we wait for the next satellite, which if you push this NSAT, it comes to the satellite passes. It'll tell us when the next 16 satellites are coming by. But if you push 1 and 2, the next satellite's going to come by at 2030. It's now 2029, so we're going to get one in a minute. It's going to start to pick it up.
Good.
The elevation is 70 degrees. It'll be okay. There's another one after that at 2125. It'll be okay. The third one will be at 2219. It's okay. The next one is 2304, and so on, all the way up to 16. And this, you just keep pushing it. 7 and 8 is okay. 9 and 10 is okay. 11 and 12. See, now 13 is too low. We'll accept that one. And 15 and 16 are okay. So out of the next 16 satellites, only one is going to be rejected by this.
I see.
If you push the sail plan, in there we have picked out waypoints for this trip. You can pick run line or great circle courses, and what you do is you enter in waypoint. Waypoint 0 is where we are at any given time, and this was programmed at the breakwater. So waypoint 0 was the breakwater. Waypoint 1, this latitude and longitude, is Kahului Harbor at Maui. So now from the time we left, this has computed our course and our distance run and distance to go from the original the breakwater at San Pedro. So again, if you push sail, it starts up the menu. Now the first one here is range and bearing. Now what that tells us is that we're on a rum line, that's the R, a rum line course, and the distance between 0 and 1, those are the waypoints. Now, right now, waypoint 0 is where we are at this moment. We're no longer at the breakwater. So from where we are at this moment to waypoint 1, which is the harbor on Maui, is 258 miles exactly.
That's how far we have to go.
That's how far we have to go before we're there. The bearing is 247 degrees from where we are right now. Now, if you go to the next thing on the menu here, it'll tell us the distance we've run since we left San Pedro, 1,994.60 miles. And this is the magnetic heading to steer, 242 degrees. Now, you just saw this change to 61 to 62.
Right.
So it just keeps clocking off as we go. And it will also change the heading. If we should get off course, it'll give us another heading to steer. And then this one gives us our ETA, our estimated time of arrival. ETA, estimated time of arrival, from waypoint 0, where we are now, to Maui, at a speed of
7 knots. It'll get us. We will arrive there July 13th, 1986 at 09:21 Greenwich time. As our speed changes, this time will change.
Right.
You know, if I were to manually enter in here a speed of 10 knots. Okay, now you watch when we get there. We're going to get there on July 12th, 1986, 22:18.
Right.
It does that automatically, but you have the capability of entering in manual entries to it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the sail program. On the nav program, this gives you a constant dead reckoning latitude and longitude. That's where we are right now at this moment, and you'll see the seconds change. See, we were west 152 degrees, 2 minutes and 53 seconds. Now we're 54 seconds. See,
right.
It's progressing as we progress. The next one is the speed and heading. Now this I've entered in manually because our interface card with our knot wheel underneath the paddle wheel, something happened to it when we left the breakwater and it's not operating properly. But again, I can put in manual entries and it doesn't affect the thing.
Right.
The next one is set and drift. We are drifting 1.3 miles a day.
Mm-hmm.
And the set of that drift is 201.4 degrees true heading.
Mm-hmm.
So this, again, automatically enters all of this information into its dead reckoning and comes out and gives me a magnetic heading to steer, calculating all of this stuff. But if I wanted to plot it manually, that's the set and drift.
Right.
Then it gives you, this is your actual speed over the bottom. This is the speed of advance and the course of advance.
Mm-hmm.
It calculates from the satellite fixes how much bottom you have covered. So we are advancing over the bottom right now at a rate of 7.8 knots.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're motor sailing right now.
Yeah, we got right.
We got no wind.
And the course of advance is 246.4 degrees. That's the actual direction that the boat is moving over the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what the compass says, but that is the actual course. We're actually in a crab like most sailboats are.
Right.
So, and then, you know, beyond that, there's a plans thing here where we can define legs and it interfaces between the sail. I didn't even bother with that at this point. There are alarms that can be enabled to let you know when a satellite is picked up, when you're at a certain range from a point, when you're the closest point of approach, when you reach a certain heading to steer that you've entered, an alarm can go off. And you can activate any of that. Right now I have them all disabled.
Okay.
Then there's other things you can do with it that really are not that important. Basically, the sail plan and the fix information is what you want.
Right.
When you get a fix, you come down and you read the lat line. That's the time. That's the lat line. Okay, now that would be the fix. Then you come down and you plot it on the chart.
That's the fix right there.
That's the fix. That's the last fix we got. That was a good fix. That's this one right here.
That's plotted on the chart, right?
This is a large scale chart from San Diego to the Hawaiian Islands and to the Aleutian Islands, if I remember all the way.
Right.
So now these are the fixes that we've taken all the way along since we left 2 weeks ago.
Right.
Or just about 2 weeks ago. Now there are other fixes in between that I didn't bother to put down because they'd be one on top of the other. Because this chart, you know, if you get a fix every hour, you know, this represents probably 5 hours between 5 or 6 hours between those two.
Right.
There's really no room to put them all in. So we enter the best fixes.
There's the Hawaiian Islands right there.
Yeah, this is the island of Hawaii. This is Maui. We decided to go to Maui rather than to go to Hilo.
Right.
So we changed our course. We originally had a course for Hilo. The last fix had us right here, which is 260 some miles, whatever the last one was away. From here, there's another fix coming in, which we'll have in about 10 minutes, and that'll put us ahead just slightly further than this. But, you know, each one, you can't get much straighter line than this. You know, in the beginning we wandered down south a little bit one night. I don't know how we got that far south, but then from there we slowly corrected until we got back up to the course that we wanted, and we've been on that. So we wasted about 30 or 40 miles maybe in this, but that's not too bad considering traveling 2,200 miles.
No.
Well, everyone's getting anxious now we're this close. We're starting to get radio from Maui and Hilo. We can pick up some of the radio stations. I'm just getting some weather information on the VHF radio. So we're definitely getting close. The closer we get, we'll switch from this big chart to this one that is a little bit more in detail of the island itself. And once we get in like this close, then we'll pick it up in here, and we'll sail into Kahului, If that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure. And this is a port of entry, and it's a very sheltered harbor, even though it's on the windward side of the island. In there, we can go through the customs and all that stuff we have to go through. From there, we plan to leave and sail around to Maiden on the other side. Well, there we are. That's the island of Maui, sun-drenched Hawaii. They put out their best weather for it this morning. What we're looking at is Pauwela Point. There's a lighthouse there that blinks about every 15 seconds or so. We can get a shot of that as it comes around. It's now about 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. So we made it in about 14 3/4 days, which is not too shabby. Hopefully this weather will clear up in a little bit. We've had some squalls during the night. We're going to the harbor of Kahului, which is about 9 miles up the road from here, as I get hit in the head with the boom. You can't really see much of the island. It's covered in mist and poor visibility right now. Hopefully as the morning progresses. Are you ready for this? Here you go. You made it almost.
You people realize how early it is?
I know.
7:25 in the morning and you're drinking. And you're giving the alcohol to a minor.
Your child.
Are you ready? No, we're not minors over here.
You're not minors? That's right, you're right.
I can make
Hey, go out and get stinking drunk.
You're a minor drinker.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Linda Marie, you should be the one.
Right.
Yes, Linda, bring you toast.
This is a cause for a celebration.
Holla, Pete Holly.
Well, we're at Lahaina. Skipper has already dropped anchor and preparing the dinghy right now. Right there. This is our transportation to civilization. The boat got us within a mile. The dinghy is going to take us to important. Right? John and I are going to try to get a room at the Hyatt Regency. We need a little creature comfort.
Steve, you think it's off? Does it backfeed?
It's going to be kind of nice and hot at night. Huh, Linda?
It's too hot.
It's too hot.
Windy doesn't like it.
Right now it's cool.
Yes.
Because we have cloud.
We just need another squall.
We need another squall. She's going to hope for squalls. What a fiasco, getting out of here. Okay, I don't know if you can get the proper perspective of this, but this is communal living. We haven't tried the motor.
Oh my.
Listen to that baby come to life. There's a mechanic in the family.
Oh.
See, say goodbye to Linda Marie, the first time we...
Oh, I forgot my car keys.
Look how beautiful, huh? She did well.
One hell of a boat.
Yeah, that's right.
Bottom.
Uh-oh.
Get a bow shot.
Bow shot.
Go easy on the horsepower.
Back up a little bit. Move your weight back a little bit, guys. There you go. How's that?
Good.
Through the maddening crowd.
Thank you, Linda Marie,
Yeah.
for getting us here.
You worked hard to get us here. Did our job.
You better believe it.
Hi, Jack.
Still looks in good shape, too.
Sure it does.
Why is the water cleaner?
What?
Why is the water
Hey, Jack.
There's not as many people here to screw it all up.
That's
It
okay.
used to be like this.
We'll call Jack as soon as we get
I might
there.
call him. I know he's not home, but it's worth a try. And then I'll tell whoever else is phone to call him. I don't know why. That's all he cares.
All he cares about, he just cares about your well-being. How long have you known this boy?
Yeah, pretty.
2 months. Well, that explains it. And John, how long have you known your latest love?
Oh,
2 weeks.
he's a great guy, man.
One hell of a guy.
We'll pick up some food and bring it back.
We have to call
This
Steve
one we
too.
need, bread and stuff. We can bring a bag back. It's only 1:30.
Hi, Joni.
Hi.
Haven't you had a lot of fun on this trip?
Show us your sailing gear.
Oh, yes, let me see that. I need a close-up. Rings. All right.
I think the boat's out there all by itself.
Huh?
It's good out there all by itself.
Yeah, don't it? Yeah, always alone. You don't like crowds.
First time on dry land.
This is not what I thought Hawaii would be like.
How come?
I thought it would be paradise. This looks like Catalina.
Thought it would be paradise?
Yeah.
No more roughing it for me.
This is really tough, man.
This is tough, right? I want you people to take a look at this. This is a view from our room. There's a swimming pool over yonder. Beautiful. The lagoon over there. There's the ocean. You can see the offshore breeze from the palm trees. Over there's a Marriott, I think.
Or this one.
We want booze.
We'll go to the hideout. We'll get
We
a
need
car,
booze.
You know, and we'll
Everything else gotta wait. We need booze.
Okay, let's go get drunk first.
What do you gotta do?
Good morning. It is July 19th, 8:35 in the morning, Saturday. And lo and behold, what do we see? Diamond Head,
We think.
we think.
We had Cocoa Head first.
Yeah. But as you can see, we're on the island of Oahu, offshore about maybe 2 or 3 miles. We're rounding the bend of Diamond Head to go to Waikiki Beach. As you can see some of the hotels over there.
Oh,
Hotels?
Hotels, Eddie. Hotels.
Christine,
Civilization.
she's got to be the radio. Switch numbers for me. I'll call.
This is Monday night, the 21st of July. And we're here at the Hilton Hotel in Oahu. And this is the original crew of the Linda Marie. Less Fast Eddie, of course. I'm the guy holding the camera. Can't believe you're here already, right? Yeah. We had a... I mean, we talked about this
10 years.
10 years. Like 6 or 7 years ago, I remember sitting on
The bar.
the edge of the hull. You were just laying up the deck, right? Saying, man, we're gonna sail this thing to Hawaii. And then on and on, and we're gonna be like Robinson Crusoe. We're gonna sell everything and get the hell out of here.
Mm-hmm.
You did it.
Yeah.
Can't believe it.
And here we are in the Hilton.
Here we are.
Well, we did it with a lot of help. You helped. A lot of people helped. John helped. He came over and laid up fiberglass and dug up wheel weights and motor and all the other problems.
I just can't believe it's all past.
No, like everything, it passes.
The only thing that really is, when I look at you, the only thing that tells me that times change is your gray hair.
Gray hair. And you
And your
Eddie.
glasses. Yeah.
I still feel good though. But I recommend it to anybody. It's therapy. Definitely gives you times to reevaluate, everything that you think. And it is definite, therapy.
I want to thank you.
Back.
I want to thank you for letting us live your dream. It's really nice of you.
The pleasure was all ours.
Yeah?
But it's not far down.